Welcome to the wonderful land of dysfunction, a place where Dolphin fans have dwelled for so long and continue to ride on the mediocrity merry-go-round train. I am your host for Dolphins In Depth, the podcast provided to you by the Miami Herald, Omar Kelly. We are joining you after a 33-27 fourth quarter collapse by the Miami Dolphins. Can't really blame it on offense. Can't really blame it on defense. Can't really blame it on special teams. But you know who I can blame it on, Isaiah?
Everybody.
Everybody joined the party.
Everybody. Yeah.
So, Isaiah.
Wait, I just want to ask this because you've been covering football a lot longer than me. Have you ever seen a punt return for a touchdown immediately get followed up by a kick return touchdown? I had never seen that before in all my.
That is a good stat that we need to get the good brother Marcel and his Elias stat crew to look up, because that's a very important question. But it was, I mean, let me tell you, Isaiah, and this is some transparency for you, how confident I was in the Dolphins' victory after I saw Malik Washington's punt return for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I said, we got 7 minutes in the fourth quarter left. I need to finish my column. I need to get downstairs. I need to listen to his press conferences. You know what? I'm going to take the opportunity to go to the bathroom right now because nothing's going to happen. And would you know that I missed the kick return for a touchdown? I'm in the urinal, and all I hear is the stadium erupting, and I'm like, that ain't good.
I didn't know that. That's actually something that I'm learning in real time. That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, you got to time these bathroom breaks, especially.
You do. You do. People don't understand that because people think, like halftime, you can go then. I don't know about you. I'm writing during halftime. I'm trying to get down everything that happened in the first half. Good God.
Yeah, halftime's a great time to think, process, plan. Yes, and you got people don't realize the rush to the elevators right after the game or the game's final minutes, so you can't be. It's a lot that goes into it. So 7 minutes left in the game, the Dolphins leading by 4. I'm thinking bathroom break time. But was I mistaken?
Even though in that moment, right? Because I remember thinking immediately after it happened, it was a crazy swing of emotions. And I meant to ask somebody about that. I guess we'll ask Mike McDaniel about that because I'm curious about how he, sees that. But for me, I just even after the punt return, I didn't think that they played well enough to win the game. And so when the corresponding kick return happened,
Hold on. How did you not think that they played well enough to win the game after the punt return? They were rallying on offense. The defense was finally getting some stops.
They were. No, 100%. I agree with you. They were.
It was the fourth quarter. The heat and humidity is supposed to take over New England and make them sort of tap out.
You're right. But to me, the mistakes, man, I think, and I'm going to harp on this because it's something that I've questioned since we got here, right? The Jason Marshall Jr. at nickel. I've just been I don't want to put too much on it. I'm just saying that it's just very peculiar that you draft a guy in the 6th round and then you say, "Hey, the position you've been playing your entire life. Yeah, man, don't worry about it. Here's another one." And 2nd and 25, I believe it was the second quarter, right? You flush the quarterback out of the pocket. He sees nobody open. He throws the ball out of bounds. And then, don't forget, flag, Jason Marshall Jr., illegal contact, legal touching. I forget which one it was. 1st and 10. It's the little things, right, that to me are representative of a bigger thing. It's a bigger execution.
Yeah. Right? I don't disagree with you. And understand that young players are going to make mistakes. People don't realize this. And I'm not harping on it too much because this is what happens when you play young players. The defensive linemen, the young rookies, not good. Jonah Savaiinaea, not good. And I'm not blaming them on why this team is losing because that's not why this team is losing. But you want to know how you get here. Jason Marshall Jr. was the 5th cornerback on the depth chart. He's got size, so that benefited him, but he clearly didn't have the speed to handle the speedsters. So you put him inside. He's size. He's got physicality. You say, okay, he might be a good nickel. It doesn't hurt that you lose Cater, you lose Artie Burns, who was a nickel. So then you sign Mike Hilton. He can't move anymore. You try Cornell Armstrong at nickel. It was okay. It wasn't that great, but and you put Jason Marshall in there. Remember that Detroit game? I was like, yo, this didn't look good, but it was something that they wanted to invest in. But that's part of the problem with this organization and this team. What they're investing in isn't necessarily going to get them immediate returns, and they need immediate returns like yesterday. I watched that game. Let me get into. I usually do and produce the 3 reasons why I think this team loses a game. Been doing it for over a decade on Twitter. Sometimes it has a good reaction, sometimes it doesn't, but you got to let fans calm down and talk to them rationally. Now, at this point in the season, there is no room for rationality because it's just open season on the Miami Dolphins. You could say whatever you would like, and it's going to stick. You could say Mike McDaniel's an alien, and that's the reason he shouldn't belong. He doesn't belong coaching the Miami Dolphins. And truthfully speaking, I can't discredit you on what you said. Everything you say has some validity to it. Like at this point, but let's get to the 3 reasons they lost. Just like you said. When is the last time you saw a punt return get responded to by? It might be a Patriots game because I swear to you,
you've seen it before.
I swear to you, the Patriots have always put their foot in Miami's behind on special teams every year.
Well, I did see that was the first punt return touchdown since 2020, since Jakeem Grant took it to the crib against the LA Rams. It was a November 2020 game.
Okay.
So it had been 5 years since a punt return, touchdown. So I couldn't tell you. This is definitely a Marcel question. We need those ESPN stats.
Okay, here's the 3 reasons why the Dolphins lost.
Go ahead.
Tell me when you agree or disagree.
Okay.
Number 1, 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown midway through the 4th, relinquishes the lead.
Yeah.
They never get it back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's 100% correct. Yeah.
Number 2, Dolphins defense gets all of 2 stops on 3rd downs. They were 9 of 12, I believe, 7 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Dolphins defense basically gets off the field on 2 opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. It seemed like, especially in the first half, it seemed every time like they got into one of those situations, they'd have them pinning back deep, something would happen, and then immediately give it up, right? It's just like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Again, the corresponding kick return touchdown after the punt return touchdown was the time that I actually tweeted 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And a byproduct of your struggles on 3rd down, you know what they are? When you can't stop the run, 29 carries for 122 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 4.2 yards per carry average, which isn't a tremendous amount of yards per carry. But when you're putting yourself in favorable down and distance situations, especially on 3rd downs, it's kind of easier to convert. And then you make mistakes and penalties in great situations. Like I believe they had a 3rd and 20 something. I think you mentioned the play where Jason Marshall Jr. commits a penalty.
Yeah, 2nd and 25.
Yeah. And it is what it is. Number 3. And this is something that I probably have to dig into a little bit deeper. I know they talked about it after the game, but sloppy execution in the final 2 offensive series of the game. Delay of game, false start, interception, 4th and 9, false start, delay of game, 2 sacks. So back-to-back sacks that basically turnover possessions. So that's 7. Am I counting right? Yes. 7 bad plays.
Yeah.
In those 2 final critical drives. Now, people will say, "Oh, they weren't prepared, sloppy execution. This is a Mike McDaniel team." You wasn't saying that when they scored a touchdown in the first half, showing you quick response, sharp execution.
Under
But
90 seconds, yeah.
But in fairness, as I said earlier, you can say anything right now, and it's got some meat and stick it to it.
I'm curious, real quick, because we're talking about that last final play. I'm curious if you've seen this.
Yeah.
Look, I am of the belief that, again, like, I understand you looking downfield and
It's not past the sticks though.
He had nothing. There is a defender right there, but if he beelines right,
he's a blocker and then he leaks out. You expect Tua. People act like Tua's supposed to get to all 5 of his reads.
Again,
you understand what I'm saying?
Again, I understand. When I tweeted that picture out, I said I understand why he doesn't do it. It's Julian Hill. He's unproven in these situations. Like, I get it, right? I understand all the reasons why you wouldn't. However, look, man, I'm giving the guy a chance because obviously what you did didn't work. You trying to force the ball.
But you're playing the results. I don't like that. You're playing the results because you know the outcome of the results. But literally, if I told you on a critical 4th down play, I'm passing the ball to Julian Hill behind the sticks, you would say what? Bad idea. Like, don't second guess it now because you know the outcome of it. But Julian Hill would have had to have run 9 yards to get the first down on that 4th down. And we're talking about Julian Hill, who technically Tua is not throwing the ball to unless the play is designed as his number 1 option. Am I lying?
Okay. I mean, like, no. I understand why it didn't happen. Like, I'm not I get it. However, it's difficult to see that and be like, God, like,
you're playing the results, though.
I know. I get it.
He is initially a blocker, and then he leaks out.
The bigger issue is that they shouldn't have been that far behind the sticks. That's the bigger issue by far, like 100%. But I'm just, it's rough. It's rough to look at. It's rough to see. It's rough to see. And before we continue, our good brother Pierre came up with a stat. The last time it happened, apparently, when you had a punt return, a touchdown followed up by a kick return touchdown, it was 1992 between the Washington. I'm not going to say the football that name, but the Washington team and the Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Howard returned the punt return, and then Deion Sanders, primetime, got the kickoff on the following play. 1992.
Two great returners.
Exactly.
Two great legendary returners. Okay.
Exactly.
Now can we put Malik Washington in the legendary returner category?
Oh, whoa! I mean, again, you're gonna have to show me a little bit more than that. Like,
I thought that was impressive what he did.
It was very impressive, but I got to see more of it. Like, you're not gonna again. Remember the last guy whose name, remember the name of the last guy who did it. I said it earlier. Do you even remember it?
Who? Jakeem Grant.
Okay, when's the last time you heard the name Jakeem Grant?
Oh, I heard the name Jakeem Grant all the time because he used to want to beat me up. That's everybody I know Jakeem quite well.
Okay,
probably still lives down here.
Is he a legendary returner?
No, but he has. I think he has all the records. I think he has all the Dolphins records for returning.
Oh, for real? I'll look that up afterwards.
Yeah. He wasn't
surprised.
Bro, he was a 5'6" receiver who played in the league for like 9 years, primarily as a returner.
I do know that he was a little bit diminished.
He wasn't a very good receiver, which is why he wanted to beat me up. But like you, man, I point out that you can't catch. Like I know. Hey. I'm moving on.
Let's move on. But just slow your roll on the Malik Washington legendary. He gonna have to do that a few more times. He gonna have to do that a few more times, man. You can't just have one.
Here's the thing. And I love the fact that Tyreek got back there and tried to return some punts, especially when. And I know how Tyreek's mind operates, which is we losing, give me the ball, put me in there. I don't care. I don't even think Tyreek asks. Like he's like, I'm going back there. And what you gonna say? You gonna say no? Like, I love that from this standpoint. We are at an all hands on deck. everybody needs to be desperate. Like I said this after the game in a tweet. I said this in a column last week. I said if they lose to the Patriots, Mike McDaniel's probably not making it to October. And I stand on that. Like
if he goes, what if he goes to Buffalo and gets a W, pulls it out?
Yeah, I mean Buffalo. You beat Buffalo, you save your job. You might finish the whole season. You might. You beat Buffalo.
I hear you. Yeah.
Now, if you want to put the stakes on up there, you want to show people that you're not the same old Dolphins that buckle the pressure and basically, I don't know how to clean this up.
Boo boo down your leg.
that fits. Yeah, I'm like, if you want to prove to people that you're a different team, this is it. Because you go up there on a short week, Thursday night, playing who I call your daddy, the Dolphins' daddy, in Josh Allen, and you do not, and you look like trash. Then you're gonna be in this 0-3 haze, sleepwalking through it, in panic mode. Mike McDaniel might as well throw everything in the kitchen sink against the Jets because realistically, you lose to the Jets at home, we're done. There's no returning from that. You go 0-4 on the season, we're done. But the problem I have with the whole we're done situation is, and I stand on this, probably the most disappointing unit in the first two games is the Miami Dolphins defense, who is led by the guy you would think is going to be the interim head coach.
Yeah, that's something that I've been realizing. I've slowly been but surely realizing that too. So then I don't even know who the guy is anymore.
You got some options. I'm not going to put it out there because I'm not talking about.
Yeah, well,
we'll worry about that when we get there.
Cross our bridge.
Yeah, but you like, as frustrated as you are, and I really want Dolphin fans to understand this. Steve Ross doesn't own this team for profit. This is his enjoyment. This is what he does instead of going to the golf course. Now, does that mean he's any good at it? No. But it should not be a point of frustration. Okay? At this present point, at this moment, all Steve Ross can be doing is regretting the decision that he made at the end of the season when he said, I'm going to continue to do what we've been doing. However, status quo will not do. Well, you knew that this was a possibility. You warned people what would happen if it did happen. Mm-hmm. But realistically, let's be honest about it. You knew this was a possibility, and here we are. And I say this to all Dolphin fans because I have had the pleasure and the fortune of talking to Steve Ross, interacting with Steve Ross. I'm a fan of Steve Ross. I'm just putting it out there. He's got this goofy demeanor, which I find entertaining, but that's who your owner is. Hey, he's a billionaire. Billionaires, if you're going to be goofy and a billionaire, that's you probably the coolest goofy the world will ever know. But he gets angry. He gets frustrated. He gets disappointed. He writes the checks. And for it to turn out the way that it's turning out, if you think you're frustrated, imagine being the one who nobody else can blame anything else on. It's just you. There is nobody else to say.
Yeah.
So, and we are where we are because of the decisions that Steve Ross made. Not to say that if he made another decision, it would get better, because it'd probably get worse before it got better.
Oh, I feel like it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like, even now.
I can give you a possible scenario.
I have very little. You saw what I did on the last podcast. I picked the Patriots because I was like, I don't see this.
Yeah. You looking for a life preserver. You're yeah.
What is it? What is the statistic between 1990 and 2023? 11.5% of teams that started 0-2 actually made the playoffs.
Okay, but also 2 teams that started 0-2 last year made it into the playoffs.
And those teams were who?
It don't matter.
The Ravens. They had Lamar Jackson, right?
It don't matter. I didn't. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the Broncos. So Sean Payton was the coach.
Yeah, Sean Payton. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah,
they had one of the best defenses in the league, including the DPOY. And I can't remember the last one. Like, come on, like these are different situations. We're comparing.
No, they're not really different situations.
They're not different situations.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2.
The Kansas City Chiefs are
they not 0-2?
No, come on now. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I'm just telling you, Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2.
I understand that, but the Kansas City Chiefs
is their season over?
Hold on. The Kansas City Chiefs 0-2 looks a lot different than the Dolphins is 0-2. Let's not try to compare it. Last night, they had a chance to win, right? On that team. What beat them was the clock. What beat them was the clock yesterday. If there was another minute or so left, they would have won that game, right? The week before, they make that stop against Justin Herbert on that final drive. Again, they win the game. These are very different 0-2s. There is still a level of confidence because you have Pat Mahomes, the greatest quarterback of this generation, on the other side. Do you think that there's the same level of confidence? Well, no. Answer this question before I leave. Do you think that there is the same level of confidence within the Kansas City Chiefs building as there is over there in Miami Gardens at 0-2? Okay, so then why?
But hear me out. It's about how you respond to adversity. We've been talking about it and Mike knows this. Mike's been preaching this.
I'm tired of hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't respond to adversity, it just becomes white noise. But it's about how you respond to adversity. And I will say this. I have been trying to analyze what is wrong. What's wrong with this team? What's wrong with this team? I wrote a piece in the Miami Herald on Sunday about it's a team built on exceptions. Parcells says you start making exceptions. Next thing you know, you have is a team full of exceptions. Well, they got a team full of exceptions. Leadership. I don't have a problem with the leadership that's on the team, but would I be willing to say that the leadership is good? No, I wouldn't be willing to say the leadership is good. And then the trifecta is when pressure mounts and intensity rises, this team buckles to it. And that's consistent. They're mentally soft. And people can get it all in their feelings all they want. And everybody, physically soft, mentally soft. It is what it is. You don't have mentally tough team right now. And a team that can handle criticism, a team that can handle doubt, a team that wants to show people when you are backed against the wall, which you are technically right now, you should come out like a raging animal. And realistically, when this team is backed up against the wall, they cower in the corner and wait for it to be over. And that's my question right now, heading into this Buffalo game. Will they come out the corner like a raging animal, or will they just cower in the corner, whimper, and wait for whoever's violating them to finish doing whatever they're doing? Now, will get one of two. Huh?
That's a crazy way to
put it. It's true. That's how they act. That is literally how they act. Like, whenever, tell me I'm lying.
I just think you could have used a better analogy.
Okay, tell me. I'm not the best with my analogies at this present moment.
Yeah,
I gotta clean it down and pacify it for people.
Oh no, I hear you. Look,
I don't think we're at the pacification point.
No, I think this is the brutal honesty portion of the season. Like, let's not sugarcoat it anymore. Like, I think. Look, if there's one thing that's true, good teams don't have a lot of changes, right? Like, if you're a good team, the leadership is gonna stay consistent. Leadership's gonna stay consistent. It's gonna stay consistent.
Ravens got a lot of changes. Kansas City got a lot of changes. Hell, Philadelphia, y'all got gutted by free agency. What are you talking about?
Leadership changes. Leadership. I'm talking coaching. I'm talking GM. I'm talking
have a lot of changes.
unification. They're about to. I'm just saying.
You're talking about good organizations.
Good organization.
Nah, we passed that. We know that ain't even and we know that is not even in the conversation.
And like, but this is my point though. What I was trying to say is like that's why I'm saying the 0-2 here is a lot different than the 0-2 in Kansas City, right? Because there's different organization philosophies. I don't understand. Like if I walk into that building right now and I ask, okay, what is if they didn't know me, I didn't know them, but I'm walking around taking asking football teams, what is the one thing as a team that you can hang your hat on? Like we do this better than nobody else, right? With the Eagles, they're gonna say, okay, we run the ball better than anybody else. We play defense better than anybody else. The Chiefs are gonna say we have the greatest quarterback of a generation, and when we're healthy, like our defense is pretty solid, right? Like these are things that you can hang your hat on, right? If I walk in that building, I am not sure what they will tell me. I don't know. Maybe we're faster than everybody else. But like, what has that gotten you? Like,
that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
But like that doesn't like this is a physical game. Like speed only works until you get hit in the mouth.
It works.
And then like, what are you gonna do? And they get hit in the mouth.
It worked in 2023. We did not evolve and did not adapt and did not adjust.
And that's where we get to week 2 of 2025, and you're at 0-2. Meanwhile, the Colts are 2-0. Like a team no one thought 2-0.
Nobody thought Minnesota would be good last year. I'm not sleeping on the Colts because
the Colts actually might be pretty good. They
waxed Miami. Like they
waxed Miami and they beat a good Broncos team yesterday.
Yeah,
they might
people, be like I'm sorry. I watched that Colts team and I was like, yo, they better than a lot of people think they are.
Yeah, 100%.
They have a lot of fundamentals that make good football teams. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, getting back to the Miami Dolphins, the fundamentals that should make them a good football team, taking care of the ball. Tua is not taking care of the ball. Mm-hmm. Running the ball efficiently. Team is not running the ball efficiently. Stopping the run. Team is not stopping the run. The special teams being sound. Special teams is not sound. And the question is, how do you fix it? Heading into a Thursday night game against your daddy, who has smacked you around for nearly a decade now. 2 losses. One is a rookie when a pass in the end zone got dropped by Charles Clay. And then the other loss is at home, ran out of gas in the fourth quarter when most of his team was dehydrated. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. Dolphins do have 2 victories against Josh Allen, but how many losses? We will find out. Tough week. Team has to respond. Yeah. They could deny the fact that they know their coach is going to be fired soon if they don't release some of the pressure with a win. But we know where we're at. We are officially here. We are on Coach Fire watch. So on that note, Dolphins in Depth, we will be back later this week. We are having a live town hall Dolphins discussion. Greg Cody, Jordan McPherson, Isaiah Smalls, myself. We will be there at Dolphin Mall. Where do you know where it is at Dolphin Mall, Isaiah?
Sports and Social, I believe, is the name of the place. I have never heard of it, but you will see us there on tomorrow, and we will be there with bells on.
Time 7 o'clock,
6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get there around 6:30-ish. Get there around 6:30-ish because we have to cover practice and then make our way there.
Yes, that is true. Yes, get there around 6:30. We will be definitely coming from practice all the way over there in Miami Gardens, which actually we can take 826. Yeah, that's actually not going to be as crazy.
You could just hop on the turnpike and take you to Dolphin Mall and it'd probably be less traffic. You don't want to drive 826 to Dolphin Mall. No, bad idea. On that note, again, we will be Thursday at Dolphin Mall, 6
Tuesday tomorrow, not Thursday.
Thursday's the game.
Thursday's the game. Yeah.
My bad. We will be at Dolphin Mall, special engagement. We definitely, if you're in town, Dolphin Mall got some nice food. Got some. I like Dave and Buster's. I think I would go to Dave and Buster's after the fact.
Oh, you're a David Buster's guy? I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dave and Buster's is a great date spot. Don't sleep on it. Do
Okay.
not do.
I've never actually taken a date to Dave and Buster's. I might have to try that.
Do not sleep on it. Great date spot. Phenomenal date spot.
Okay. All right.
On that note, this is Dolphins in Depth. We will be covering practice later today. Covering practice on Thursday. Dolphins play the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo on Thursday, and we will be back.